What's up, Stokers? Welcome to the podcast. So stoked to have you all here. Guys, we are going to be in Santa Cruz this weekend. So fired up for Santa Cruz. We have never been there before. We want to see you at the show. Dude, are you stoked?
I'm pretty excited.
Santa Cruz is sick.
I've never been.
You've never been?
You just said we've both never been.
Oh, I've been, but we've never been for stand-up.
Oh, no, I've never been, period.
Yeah, I used to go all the time.
You been?
Dude, I surf there all the time. Pleasure Point, Steamer Lane.
Those are great names.
Yeah, the Beach Boardwalk, dude.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's like the true beach town in Northern California.
I'm excited.
We are also going to be in Ventura a week from this Saturday, the 18th, I believe. And then we're going to be in Jersey City, Atlantic City. And then we got Philadelphia, we got Boston, and we got San Diego, end of June. Oh, we got Portland, Seattle in between too. Holy tomatoes. Guys, come see us. Get your tickets at chandjt.com.
Yes, please. Dude, I might move to Ventura. I might move to Camarillo.
That sounds sick.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That drive up to Sloat was beautiful.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Let's start the show.
What's with deep? Going deep. Chatting JT.
I think I figured out what I want to be.
Oh, this will be good.
I want to be the guy who people are like, "Hey, bro, are you alpha, beta, or sigma?" And then I want to be the guy who's like, "What?"
See, I think people would say that's Sigma, though.
The guy who says what?
Right, but you know what? That's real Sigma. Whereas if you say you're Sigma, you can't say you're what, because
you can't declare what you are.
Because that's not Sigma, because then you know the hierarchy.
That's not alpha either.
I think that's very beta to say you're Sigma.
Yeah. So I think you want to be, yeah. You know what I realized though? Most of those alphas on Instagram aren't even real. They're AI. Andrew Tate doesn't even exist.
Alpha intelligence?
Yeah.
Andrew Tate's not real?
No.
That's wild.
Liver King, computer program.
And who paid for them? Or did AI create it itself as a useful distraction?
China.
China's so smart. They're pretty alpha.
They are.
I do think it would be cool. Okay, I don't like it. I remember I was working with a guy at a production company and we had to carry a cabinet and he didn't even try. We tried to pick it up for 2 seconds, then he just put it down and he goes, "I'm too beta."
No, really?
Yeah, and I was like, I never heard someone talk like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and I was like, what? And I was like, well, just pick it up with me. Like, let's try. If we don't get it, we don't get it. And then he was like, no, I'm too beta.
Well, dude, that was like in style.
It
that was
was.
like 10 years ago. That was very in style.
And Seth Rogen did make it look cool. Like when he would talk like that in a movie, like in Knocked Up, he'd be like, "I'm too beta." I'd be like, "Oh, that's really funny." And then that felt kind of alpha in a way.
Yeah. But I think it, as you know, the pendulum, it's like we went so far where everyone was beta and now everyone's going alpha. And now everyone needs to be.
Yo, I got something on this. Did you guys watch the Brady roast last night?
No, I need to watch it.
Oh, dude, it was incredible. And the humor that everybody just went like, I wouldn't say edgy, but it was like deeper than like most conventional media would, let you say. Like a lot of jokes that were borderline, I guess, racist or, different things like that. Mm-hmm. And it was so cool to see because guys were out there just like throwing darts at a board and like whatever. They didn't really care about like being canceled or anything like that.
Right.
And it was literally the best roast I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, by far.
It was pretty exciting.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
They made some, and just the cast of people that they got together. Yeah. Because like Belichick and Kraft are kind of beefing, and then Belichick had a rough breakup with Brady, and to have all those people in the same room, there was like a what's gonna happen, like excitement to all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I saw like Gronk was there too.
Edelman, Randy Moss. Yeah,
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe was there. He was a great sport about everything. He did a good couple bits on it.
Yeah.
Hinchcliffe had some great jokes. Glazer had great jokes.
I heard Glazer crushed.
She did.
Yeah, Nikki and Tony were by far like the most superior in my opinion. But the thing that I like, at first I thought Tony was nervous because he was just ripping. He wouldn't even let the crowd laugh. But then by the end of it, I was like, holy shit, he's just like an AR-15. He's just letting it rip over until they were dead, you know?
And then who else? I saw the Jeff Ross thing where Tom Brady said, "Don't say that shit."
Do you think that was real?
When I first saw it, I didn't think it was real, but then watching it made me question.
If that is real, that's pretty unbelievable of Brady. Maybe unbelievable is the wrong word. That's pretty quick reaction time from Brady to get up, like to be, well, that's over the line at a roast, his roast, where he'd probably be nervous and just walk over and be like, hey, no more jokes like that.
Yeah.
He must have known before the roast, like, hey, if they go after Kraft about that stuff, I'm going to say something.
I think that, or because he watching it this time, I was, you know how he does the, like, he heard it and he was kind of like that. Here's a theory.
Go.
They choreographed that, right? He hears the joke and he's like, am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? And then he did it. Because as soon as he did it, tons of headlines about the roast. Like right when he did, and Jeff Ross was early, right?
Yes.
Jeff Ross was early.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
He does it. He does it. Tons of headlines all over the internet. It's like on Twitter and stuff. Gets everyone being like, oh shit, the roast is on right now.
So you think it is scripted?
I think it is scripted. I don't know. What do you think, Jake?
I think it was just kind of a funny way to make fun of it. Someone had to mention it, right? At the roast?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I think you just have someone mention it and then have him be like, no, let's not talk about that. And then the whole rest of the roast, nobody mentioned it. So
Second theory. Mm-hmm. It was scripted, but Kraft didn't know. So they went to Brady and were like, hey, we want to do a joke about Kraft getting the hand job. And then Brady's like, he can't do it. It'll bust him up too much. And then they're like, well, what if you tell us after we do it once that we can't do it again? And then you look like a hero for defending your kind of surrogate fathery guy.
I think that's great. It's a good theory.
yeah, I think that's a good theory too. It would be kind of weird to let Robert Kraft know about it, that they're going to make massage jokes.
I guess.
I think he would just kind of went
I
into
guess
it.
my theory is the exact same as Chad's. I just added an
extra layer.
I don't even know if I added a layer. I just described the layer in a different way.
B Ford is saying should have had the schmoll up there. Do you think the schmoll would have crushed?
He would have had an impact.
He would have said he wanted to suck off Brady at least 10 times.
That would have been pretty funny.
Brady, I want to suck you off.
That was literally half the roast already. Like all the dudes were saying that they suck his dick. And then afterwards, the host, Kevin Hart, would come up and be like, some more white boy humor for you.
Well, that'd be great because the schmoll's Persian, so he wouldn't be able to say that.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you think Brady's had too much work done or just the right amount?
Just the right amount. I think it looks fantastic.
He looks incredible.
Yeah.
He's the best advertisement for changing your head I've ever seen. It's a little tight.
It's tight, but it works for him. He's not a comedian. All he needs to be is a Porsche ad. I stole that from Tom Cruise, the Top Gun Maverick. They say it's a giant Porsche ad.
I don't think that's stealing.
Oh no, okay.
You creatively repurposed. That's art.
Thanks. But what? Okay, so you're kind of an expert in plastic surgery right
Yes.
now. What do you think he had done?
Okay. He's definitely had dermal filler. He's had hair transplants.
Dermal filler where?
I think he just gets it all over his face.
Okay.
I think he had his masseter actually narrowed. I think his jaw used to be fatter. I think he's had some skin treatments, facelift, maybe laser. I think he's had his eyebrows done. I forget what they call that, like a blasphectomy or something. And I think he had his buccal fat removed because that's a popular one now.
What's buccal fat?
It's like this fat inside your cheeks, and a lot of people are getting it taken out right now to get like.
Oh yeah.
To get that, you see how he's got kind of he's lost weight too. There's different factors, but it's odd for him at 50 to look better. And
I think I need the buccal fat removed.
you know, people say long term it's a bad move because you need that fat when you get older.
Oh. Pretty's balls are tight and shiny. Oh, Siddharth asked, welcome back.
I've been getting a lot of heat from my high school homies because I'm saying Jokic is better than Shaq. And I like Shaq. I grew up not liking him because he was mean to me when I was a kid. I don't think this is because of that. I just think Jokic can create his own shot. He's a better free throw shooter, so you can rely on him in the clutch. And then he's the best passing big man, maybe one of the top 10 passers, period, we've ever seen. And then Shaq also had some work ethic issues, which is an unfortunate thing to bring up, but, you know, it's part of the narrative. Now, Chad, you don't watch sports.
Mm-mm.
Who do you think is better?
I just like Shaq more. I don't really know who Jokic is, though, to be honest. That's him?
Yes. Now, granted, he does not look like...
He may be a better player, but Shaq is the total package.
He's more charismatic. Jokic is funny.
Is he funny?
And if English was his first language, who knows? Maybe he'd have his hooting and hollering the way Shaq does. But I agree with you. Shaq is a better on-screen performer. Non-basketball related. Look at Shaq over his career shooting 46% from the free throw line. Missed 21 free throws in a finals game one time. People were like, could you do that? I could miss 21 free throws in a finals game. My last thing.
Dude, picturing you just
Clunk, clunk, clunk. I could totally do that.
JT Barr blows it on game 7.
I think they ended up still winning the game. He had like 40 attempts. It was something crazy where they just could, it was the only way they could even try to slow him down.
Oh, Phil Jackson was asked Jordan or Kobe, and he said Shaq. What do you think about that?
That's a popular thing that Strider always references. I disagree. I think if you asked Phil Jackson that today, he would say Jordan and then Kobe and then Phil or then Shaq. I also think if you gave Jokic a prime D Wade or a prime Kobe, he doesn't have a number 2 like that.
So this comparison
Or
thing,
1A, 1B.
who's winning in the comparison? It looks like Shaq is winning by a little bit. I remember Shaq's free throws. Back in were you just talking about that?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, go.
No, I just remember his free throws just being horrific, and it was hilarious.
They were bad.
Yeah, he invented a whole term, hack-a-shack, where they would just foul him at the end of the game because he couldn't make free throws.
I'm probably being too hard on him. I mean, I think he's the second best big man. Although I really like Hakeem too, who kind of ate him up in the 95 finals. Should we call somebody?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Yo, what's going on?
What up, dude?
Just hanging, brother.
Chilling?
We're chilling, dude. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm chilling in my basement. Just wrapped up some Fortnite. Can't beat that. Nice
Beautiful.
Monday night.
Does Fortnite, have they done like huge updates? Is it back?
I'd say it's back. Some people say it's not, but in my opinion, I think it's back.
It looks
I'm
fun.
loving it.
It looks fun as hell.
Yeah, loving it, dude. Me and the fellas get on all the time now.
Is it complicated, like all the building and stuff? It seems like there's a lot of moves, or is it simpler than it looks?
No builds. You can't. A bunch of nerds are on the builds, in my opinion. I mean, that's where you run into some trouble.
Right. So you're just going around killing people.
Yeah, dude. You don't want to. I mean, once you start building shit, it gets too complicated. You don't want to mess with that.
Awesome. Well, what ails you, friend?
Yeah, no, I just got a quick story for you guys, and I followed by a request for some advice. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Perf.
All right, so me and the fellas, right, we just landed in Italy, school trip a little while back. First night out, went out, super hard. We all got pretty smoked. the next day we had a tour set up to go to the Vatican, see the Pope, all that good stuff. We just saw the Pope, he's riding around in that sick little golf cart looking thing, if you know what I mean? But towards the end of the tour, we're just kind of chilling, waiting to hear our next move, and kind of felt something stirring in my tummy. Didn't think much of, you know what I mean? I really didn't think much of it at the time. So I kind of gambled on the fart and blasted my pants. And I had on these like super sick salmon colored shorts my mom got me from, Vineyard Vines back in the day. And like right away I turned to my buddy. I'm like, dude, you got to give this a quick look. And I knew right away he let out a crazy war cry of laughter, basically just letting everybody around us know that I just torched my pants. Next thing I know, there's like a crowd of like 15 people around me looking at the mess I just made. And even the priest that was with us, he gave it a look and a giggle. So that one kind of hurt, but really didn't want the, chaperone of the tour to know what I just did. I was like, all right, I'll just, carry on and move along. And our next stop was the Sistine Chapel, and I did like an hour-long tour there and was able to escape and, finally buy new pants. But I will say I got some pretty sick friends because they shielded me with their informational package they're carrying around for an hour or whatever. So shout out to the Balboni boys on that. But since this happened, the story has, somewhat become a household thing. People are always asking me to tell the story to new people who I just met. Should I decline these requests, or should I just like own up to it? How do I navigate these waters?
So
it's tough, dude.
So just to recap, you crapped your pants at the Vatican. And
right in the middle.
Everyone found out, even the Pope. And
not the Pope, the priest that was on the tour with us.
Oh, okay. And now it's become legend in your town.
Yeah. Dude, everybody knows.
And everyone's asking you to give them the story.
Yeah, I mean, my mom, like, she even told her coworkers, and they were over here swimming the one day, and the one guy came up to me. He's like, dude, what happened in Italy? And I had to tell him. I didn't want to, but I was on the spot. So what do you think? Should I, like, give this story, or do I keep it to myself?
I have like a 4-part response. One, your mom has male coworkers who come over to swim?
No, it was like a teacher. It was like a teacher party thing, I don't know. It was like end of the year thing. So yeah, I guess.
That checks out. Sorry. I've seen too much porn. And then how do you do you feel good about shitting yourself?
No, dude, I don't. But, I do think it's a good story, and like it makes people laugh. You know what I mean? I like making people laugh, so that's a plus. But when it's around the chicks, it's kind of tough. Yeah, you don't want these chicks I just have to get his shit his pants at the Vatican. So that's when it gets sketchy.
I think people are going to disagree with me here, but I think there's this scene I love in the movie For Love of the Game where Kevin Costner's character, Billy Chappell, is like mentoring a younger dude on the team because the dude went up for a fly ball in the outfield and the ball bounced off his head into a home run. So he had like a total blooper. And the guy's down on himself and he's like, oh, all the media guys are here. They probably want me to like make a joke about it and like laugh. And then Costner goes, hey man, you can go out there and you can do the song and dance and you can do a big ha ha ha, or you can go out there with your head held high, not say a thing. And next time we come here, we'll take down the monster together. And he goes, don't ever let him make a joke out of you.
That kind of just pumped me up.
Yeah, and I think it is cool. It's like a funny story, and you should tell it a million times. But I don't think you should ever, in your heart, let yourself feel defined by it. If you feel like you don't want to tell it, you're not being a bad time by being like, "Hey, man, that's not me today."
Yeah, because some days you're cool with it. You're like, "Yeah, I'll let it rip. I'll let the story rip," and then other times you're like, "I kind of want to keep this one to myself." So
yeah,
I think that's good advice.
I think that's fantastic. I just another question. Do you think that do you fear retribution from the Lord?
In a way, yeah. I mean, I'm a Catholic man. You know what I mean? And
Right.
if you soil your pants in like a holy piece of land like that, that's sketchy. That's sketchy. So I mean, I've prayed. I've talked to him about it, but
Have you
I
gone?
make another trip to confess.
You might want to go confess.
I might have to. I might have to add that to the list this Sunday. Shit.
But yeah, I think definitely what JT said. You know, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But also, this makes you relatable. You know, sometimes you don't want to talk about the fact that you do. I'll tell you that when my girlfriend and I started being more open about duty, we felt closer because we became more closer to each other as human beings. So if you're able to be that guy who's like, yeah, I do crap my pants, you know,
Everyone does.
Yeah, everyone does, and they're able to laugh at it. Then they're like, man, I love that. What's your name? You don't have to say your name if you don't want. I can
Probably
make it.
smokes.
Man, that guy smokes. He's the man, dude. He
shits his pants. Dude.
Yeah, dude, that guy smokes. He shits his pants, bro. He's the man. He'll do it anywhere. He'll do it at the Vatican. He'll do it at the Coliseum.
Dude, I really like those shorts too. They're pretty sick. They're like salmon colored, like nice color, but
salmon color's the best.
It's awesome.
Were they ruined?
Dude, smoked. I had to go to this little like European boutique and find these little capris. Put them on. Is that what you call them? Capris or whatever? I don't know.
You got the poo-poo in your pants.
Uh-huh.
You got the poo-poo in your pants.
And the lady at the boutique's like, I put the capris on, you know, to like wear them out because I wasn't gonna wear like the crap-filled pants out. And she saw them, like, let me take those. I'll put those in a bag for you. I'm like, you don't want to touch these, lady.
Yeah.
I was like, you do not touch these, you know. So I wore them out, and the day was fine, but I missed those.
You're getting a ton of support in the chat right now. Siddharth says he'll shit your pants for you. Just let him know when.
Oh hell yeah.
This guy here, though, who's like, there's the biggest legend of pooping pants, and that is George Brett. He goes on an absolute rant about it. He's a pro baseball coach, and he's proud of it. It's on YouTube. You can find his whole rant on it to his players. That's a bad example because that is a really hilarious story that George Brett did. George Brett doesn't know he's being filmed in the video. And secondly, I think he thought he was having a private conversation with his players. Secondly, George Brett tells that story beautifully. It's hilarious. I watch that video all the time. I think if this guy went up to George Brett and was like, George Brett, tell me this shit story and spare me no details. I don't think George Brett's going to be like, oh, yeah, pal. Well, you mean the double taper shit I took in 87?
Spare me no details.
They don't really get in there.
Who's this George Brett? I'll look that up.
It's really funny. Your shit story's a classic, man. You know, crapping at the Vatican, that's huge. I also like that you use the word smoke so much when you talk, and your nickname is Smokes.
Well, that's part of it, you know. So
it's no accident.
That's how you get nicknamed.
Okay, so then here's this.
Yeah.
Maybe the way to having this, because people are going to keep asking you to tell the shit at the Vatican story. It's just that juicy. Do you have
I mean, it's a good.
Do you have a better story, or could you make a better story that replaces that one?
I mean, nothing like that. I mean, it's so far gone now, man, that it's just, it's out there. I don't know how you could top something like that when this many people know about it already. You know, like, it's one of those things. There's a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of people involved. I had like 10 dudes, like my boys, walking behind me, covering my ass up, so no one else could.
It's gonna be tough to top.
Yeah.
But I would not give up. I would try really hard to top it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it my best, but
you don't feel like you can.
Man.
Yeah.
This is a little bit ago too, and it's still there, dude. It's still circulating.
Do you ever hear other people tell their shitting the pants story and kind of like, Like,
Dude, I'll be honest with you.
like look down on them.
Like that's one of the, that's like one of the few times I'm cool like opening up about it. You know, I'm not the guy to like one up everybody, but I feel like that's a appropriate place to one up somebody and make someone feel better about shitting their pants. You know, it's like, oh, dude, I shit my pants at the bar. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I shit my pants at the Vatican in front of 1 million people. You know, so it's really not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So it's a sense of comfort for some people, but yeah, I do that.
Do you worry about your, pants crapping legend dying down and then feeling like you have to one up it and then recrap, or some people in the chat are saying you could bust a load at the Sistine Chapel?
I don't that's a scary thought, because I like the story, I don't like the story. I would hate to see it die. As simple as that. I would hate to see it die.
Wow. Well, I think you answered your own question then. I mean, I think, Little Richard didn't want to be Little Richard every night, but that's the job.
Yeah, that's why I called in. I need some advice, man. This is great. Really looking internally right now.
Can I tell you something? You seem like, by the tone of your voice and this whole story and everything, you seem like a really fun guy.
Totally.
Thanks, guys.
How old are you, Smokes?
24.
Nice.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say like 13.
No.
But just from like a part of the world where you sound older. Is the rest of your life poopy, or is it good?
So that's another thing that kind of goes into this story too, is anytime I have a tummy ache in public, it's on my mind. I'm like, don't do that. Don't squeak that one out. Don't gamble on this one. Because if you gamble on a fart one time, a public spot like that, you lose that bet, you don't forget that. You don't forget that.
Now I go back to another movie, but this time it's Good Will Hunting. Where Robin Williams is afraid to get back out there and live his life, and he's giving advice to Will Hunting to do that, to go out there, and he said, "What are you talking about, dude? Just waiting here, not seeing anybody." He goes, "I anteed up. I played a hand." He goes, "You did play a hand, and you fucking lost. You lost big. But other people lose, and they got the sack to ante up again." So I would say to you, you got to have the sack to fart again, bro, because you can't live your life in fear that you're gonna crap your pants every time you're out in public and you had a bit too much soda pop.
Oh yeah. Just pump me up too.
Yeah, man. I want to.
No, I mean it.
Yeah, come on.
I'm always gonna, I'm a gambling man. Every man has their limits, and when it comes to putting others at risk in public, it gets a little scary. It gets a little scary. I don't want to ruin the day for anyone else, but hey. You gotta keep moving on, right?
Dude, crap those pants, man. But don't force it.
Oh no, never.
Don't be like don't be like crapping your pants every day.
No.
But
I will say, I had relapses. This happened.
But next time you go to Fenway Park, just
the Cathedral of Boston.
The Cathedral of Boston. Crap your pants.
Yeah. Might just.
What?
I said you might. You never know, right?
Yeah.
Just do that.
Don't fake it like shilling.
No. You can't fake that. That'd be crazy.
Where are you from?
Ohio.
What part?
Undisclosed.
Yeah, sorry. Tell us specifically.
I don't know.
Dude, do you guys Cedar Points? That place will make you shit your pants.
Oh yeah, I've heard a couple. There's some horror stories of guys losing it on a roller coaster too. So
that place is
Cedar
sick.
Point's sick though.
It's
Just
sick.
opened up that new dragster.
Dude, top
Yeah,
two.
make my way up.
Oh, dude, so tight.
Yeah.
Jake got pretty muffed up on Raptor.
Yeah,
The Raptors.
yeah, the one where your feet hang out below you and it swings you left and right. All I had in my stomach was like a coffee from the morning, and I looked over at Chad and I was like, my cheeks were full, and I was like, we gotta get off this ride immediately.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, the Raptors badass too.
Yeah.
Smokes, what about a nickname like the crapping captain of Cleveland?
But that's when it gets sketchy. I don't like that. You know,
Right.
That's,
Yeah, you don't want. See, that's the
You
thing.
know-
You want the notoriety, but you don't want the responsibility.
yeah, like a mysterious shitter. You know what I mean? But you don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't want to walk in a room and everyone's like, "That's shitter." You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah, because
That-
do you have a girlfriend?
No, but like at the time I did, and the story somehow circulated back, and I was confronted. I said girlfriend. I was like, I'm pretty sure I lied at first. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then, you know, it hit the news, dude. It hit the news, and
Wait,
was onward and upward from there.
how'd she say it? Did she say, "Hey, Smoke, did you crap your pants in Italy?"
she's like, happened over there, you know, and I knew what she was hinting at, you know, and
Oh, for
kind of
some reason I
trying to-
picture her hysterical. Like, Smokes, tell me the truth. Did you shit yourself at the Vatican? You're like, babe, no. Babe, who told you that? And then you're like calling your friend, you're like, Jeremy, I told you to keep your fucking mouth shut, man.
who said that? You know, I'm
Who
like,
told her?
freaking out.
Which one of you fucking bitches told her, dude? Who told my beautiful
dude.
Victoria about my dump?
Yeah, that was kind of an awkward one, but you know,
But she was
I
able.
got through that.
She was able to forgive, to move past, to feel connected still.
I felt closer to her after. I think. I mean, you have something embarrassing like that happen, and you're still accepted and loved. Then, you know, it worked out. So.
And what do you do in profesh?
Oh, in tech. I'm in tech.
Sales?
Yeah,
I could see you being good at
swing
that.
it.
You seem like a good sales. What do you think is the key to being good at sales?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still so young at it. I'm only 24. I've only been doing it for like 3 years, but I think it's being personal and being able to relate. You know what I mean? Being able to have dialogue, to set dialogue right away. So that's always big, but I don't know, man. It's tough. You just gotta, you hear a lot of no's, and you got to be able to find the yeses and run with them. So
Have you
that's
ever
it.
have you
know,
ever
that's
told a prospective customer the shit story?
I told my boss though, and he fucking loved it, dude. He was was cracking up. He's a cool dude. You know, he gets it. So
Do they call you the Cleveland Steamer in the office?
yeah, here and there. Depends who's around.
Oh man, well, it was great talking to you.
I kind of want to talk to him for the full hour.
Yeah,
Has anyone done that?
he's pretty awesome.
Just one guy the whole way through?
He's a good dude. Have you taken
thanks,
a crap?
fellas.
Have you taken a crap today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, earlier, but
Do you feel
nothing
like,
memorable.
do you feel like you have to crap your pants right now?
No, not yet. Not right here. Not right now.
Would you be willing to do it for the Stokers?
Oh yeah.
Couldn't do it, dude. I love the Stokers, but I just could not do that.
You wouldn't crap on a podcast live. That would probably one up the VAT story if you poop live on the air with us.
That would blow up bigger than the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay.
That could be our
episode.
club Shay Shay. And then me and Chad would have a lot of explaining to do with our girlfriends.
Come on, man, just do it.
Smoke some Cleveland shits on the pod.
My girlfriend's cool, but she might be like, why'd you pressure that kid into shitting on the pod? It's my job. Babe, it's my job. All right, if you don't like it, don't listen.
Dude, can you imagine we're all just on the pod listening and you hear this He's like, I did it. Send us a photo.
Wait, I've got a question for you fellas. Have any of you fellas shit your pants? Not the Vatican specifically, but I mean, I can't be the only one here.
Dude, I got a good one. I got a good one.
You have a really good one.
I was in a spelling bee and
Oh, I don't know this one.
yeah,
I thought it was the brother one.
Oh yeah, that one too. But this was
You got a couple of classics.
Yeah, I was in a spelling bee in 5th grade, 6th grade. And I was up there and I was nervous. And I think I got the word like mountain or something. I was a good speller. Easy. I let out a little fart. Dooty comes out, like liquid duty. I'm wearing shorts. Runs down my leg.
Damn.
I finished the word.
You crushed the word?
I crushed the word.
Oh, what was the word? Do you remember the word?
You say duty. That just killed me that you said duty. The way you said duty, you sounded like you're on the news. Duty runs down my if they don't respect our perimeter, the protesters will
Yeah,
that one stuck with you, right? Don't just forget that. You know what I mean?
But I was like, it's one of those pivotal moments. It was like, are you gonna finish the word, or are you gonna let the shame make you lose? And I finished the word.
You had to dig deep.
Yeah. Yeah, but more precise, I had to let loose.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Smokes.
I mean, that's like, that takes some internal, you got to look at yourself in a moment like that. And you make, you've got two choices. You shame your parents on stage, or you shit and finish the word, right? I mean, come on.
Right.
I think you made the right call.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't want to be a guy who craps his pants and doesn't believe in himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd just be weird.
You don't want to be the opposite of Smokes.
I took a big shit one time in public.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you want
I'm not going to tell the whole one, but if you go back, Smokes, and you listen to our fantasy draft, or our podcast draft about video games, about the 1 hour mark, I talk about crapping a nickel. It's a classic.
I have one more for you guys, and it's now just coming back to me if you have time for one more.
Is it a story of you doing something?
Yeah, shitting, dude.
Yeah, go, baby. Yeah, don't let us stop you.
I was in like 3rd grade, I think it was. Everyone's got these stories when they're little, but it was like the 3rd grade, and I just met like a 4th grader just down the road, like right around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. You meet, when you first start hanging out with like older kids, you're like, oh, dude, this is so cool. Like,
it's the best.
You're trying to impress them, do all that, whatever. So the one day, like my family and I rode our bikes from one end of the neighborhood to the other end of the neighborhood. And on the ride back, I'm like, Mom, like I really got to shit. Like I didn't say that, but I really got to go to the bathroom. Passing by this kid's house that I just became friends with, and nature called right there in front of his house on the sidewalk, and it was just like in the middle of the sidewalk. So fast forward, the next day I'm walking to school, and I'd like pick him up on the way to school because we'd like walk to school together, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh dude, like someone's dog shit in the middle of the sidewalk. I was like, yeah, that's so fucking gross. Like that's that's nasty,
Right.
It was me. It was me.
Right.
I was said dog.
Yeah, Smokes. I got to be honest, man. Not your best work.
Oh, dude, that one hurt too. But I mean, I got over that pretty quick, But,
Smokes, we're gonna have to let you go, man.
oh, that's all right.
Because you let me down with that one. Next time you tell a shit story, it's gotta be up to a certain standard.
I was kind of rushing too. I just didn't know how much time I was allotted, but
Yeah, you didn't pace that one as well. What happened?
wasn't prepared either. You know?
That's true. Yeah, you're riffing that time. We'll work it out.
Well,
So,
Smokes, I think you have a very promising career as a shitting connoisseur.
thanks.
So I think
Thanks,
stay at it, and maybe next time you crap your pants at the pyramids.
I'll call in, let you guys know.
Be epic.
Yeah, dude, let us know, man. Later.
You guys are the first dudes I'll call.
Yeah.
Love you, Smokes. Now, I don't want to play pop psychologist, but do you think he's addicted to shitting or he's addicted to talking about shitting?
Talking about.
But he's got a grip on the first part.
Dude, the guy can shit his pants like no other.
He's a beast. Smoky smoke.
Who do we have next, Jake?
Yo,
Hello.
dude.
What up?
What up, brethren? Wait. Is this Chad and JT?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, let's go, dude. Let's freaking go, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, first off, stoked to have you on the pod. Second, you got a lot to live up to right now. We just had the most epic pants crapper on.
And we went for 30 minutes.
Dude, I know
with
I was
him.
listening.
You were
But
listening.
I don't want to introduce.
Yeah, dude. But sorry.
So tell us your trauma.
All right, dude. So I got to pick. Like, I was thinking for a while about one thing that I had an issue with. I actually emailed in like 2 years ago. Is this roommate situation? And it's less of a bummer, but the kid is literally right outside of my car right now. So it would kind of be an interesting situation to be shitting on him with him right outside. But he doesn't listen to the pod. So, but the other one's about my mom, and I don't really want to shit on my mom, but she's been kind of pissing me off lately. So I love my mom, but you know.
Well, if triage style, which one feels more vital to you now? Roommate being outside the car as if he wasn't.
Dude, I feel like I have to go with the one about him because I just said he's outside, and I feel like I'm into that trickery, trickery porn. Like I'm really into that kind of like that like vibe of like taboo and stuff like that. So I think I have to go into this now.
Dude,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, it sounds like kind of cuck style too. I like this.
Yeah, I love it too, dude. It's my favorite.
Just try not to bust while you're telling this story.
All right. So basically like 2 years ago in high school, me and this kid were beefing, and he was my boy. It was like Anakin Obi-Wan style, like we were tight. And then he just dropped me as a friend, and it really hurt me. And like for a whole year, we weren't boys anymore. And then we got to Syracuse, and all of a sudden, wait, I just doxed myself. God damn it, dude. Sorry.
We can cut
and
that.
we get here.
We can cut it from the proper pod,
No, it's cool.
or we can leave it.
It's okay. We can leave it. He's not a listener. He wishes he was a listener. Sorry. I got to get to the chase. I don't want to hold you guys. Anyways, he asked me to be his roommate, like acting like everything's all peaches and cream, sunshine and rainbows. And me being the servile loser I am, I was just like, oh yeah, like for sure. Like, let's be roommates. Never, like, I didn't really get into like the whole thing, and I probably could, but I mean, he just dropped me as a friend. It really hurt me. Like, I'm still hurt about it now, and he's literally right outside the car. We never talked about it, and it really hurts me, dude. So, by the way, my voice is not breaking because I'm crying. I'm just pretty nervous. So, yeah.
You sound fine.
So,
All right.
why is he outside of your car right now?
So he actually just went inside, but we just went to the smoke shop. I'm not trying to flex, but we got a little cigar, a little cigar, and we're gonna rip that later. I'm on the East Coast, so pretty late. So we're tight like that, but we're also not tight like that. Like sometimes he says stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're a bitch, man. You dropped me for nothing.
What does he say?
He just sometimes he's generally just unfunny. He'll just say like stupid like TikTok humor and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm over it. But next year I don't have to live with him anymore. So I don't know if this is really a question more than me just getting out.
You're venting.
Like that I don't really fuck with this kid, you know?
Well, so yeah, do you care about him?
Dude, I actually love this kid. So it really hurts me. It's like a dagger in my heart, dude. It's poisoning me, dude. I don't know what to do.
Because you still have this core wound from when he bailed on you.
Exactly.
And
I'm waiting for him to talk about it, but he won't talk about it, and I'm not going to cave. Sorry, I'll let you go. My bad.
That's interesting too. So when you talked about it, you said you guys were Anakin and Obi-Wan. Which one were you?
Oh, I definitely. Well, dude, he's non-confrontational, so am I. But like in my mind, I'm Anakin because I'm going, I hate you. I hate you. I'm like on the floating rock. I'm gonna flip onto him and probably get cut in half if I try and tell him, dude, you're an asshole. Because he's so passive. He's so passive. He'll probably be like, "Word, like I didn't even realize I'm just too cool." You know, that's his vibe. But he's not even that cool. You know.
Why don't you just tell him?
Dude, that's my thing, dude. It's just like I can't like behind the scenes I'm Mr. Trickery. I'm jaying off to just the most diabolical within reason by the way, the most diabolical stuff. But when we get out in the field, you know, with girls, I'm with this girl right now. I'm just real shy and like it's stuff like that. And I like this is all beside the point, but it just points toward the bigger fact that like I just can't like tell people how I feel really without like just I can't pour my heart out. I don't know.
Well, then you can't expect people to show up for you in the way you need them to if they don't know how they need to.
That's fair. That's a good criticism.
So why are you afraid to tell him how you feel?
Maybe because we won't be friends anymore. But I don't see how we wouldn't be friends anymore. He'd probably be like, damn, I'm sorry I hurt you. Because we're from California. You probably would be pretty chill about it.
Well, and if you did say that to him, if you said, "Hey, man, you really hurt my feelings when you ditched me," and then he did what you're afraid of, and ditched you again, I think you'd be better off if he's that kind of person, where he can't handle you telling him the truth about, you know, a deep injury you have in y'all's relationship.
Yeah. Sad thing is, dude, I just like I love this kid like a brother, man. So it's like this weird like love-hate, dude. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, and also I want to say I think if you did talk to him about it, he would actually be really nice about it. I think it'd be pretty surprising if he was a butthead.
It's the end of the school year too, so I might as well just let it fly, you know?
Yeah, no, I think someone in the chat said it. It'll make you guys stronger.
Yeah, and also it sounds like you think he'll be chill about it. You don't want him to be chill about it? You want him to acknowledge how he hurt you?
Like it's the same thing with girls. Like I kind of want it to like come to a head. Like I want to like that spice, that argument, so that we could just get everything out. But I know he's not gonna be like that, so it won't even be fulfilling. You know? Well, I don't want to scream at people, but
well, it's an issue I have where I don't register something as emotionally true unless it's emotionally charged.
Exactly.
But that's not how everyone works or operates. And I think you actually can get that from someone, but you can't force that out of them. But you can provide it. No one's stopping you from being real in your way.
Yeah, I could just bring it. Just walk in his room, just bring it, and just go.
And but you know, dude, here's the alternative. I do think it's psychologically healthy if you just tell this dude how you feel and you guys have a nice moment together. But you know, time will also help. You know, anger over the past, it comes in waves. You might not be bothered by this for 4 years, and the whole time you guys are friends and you build all these new memories and your relationship takes on new meaning. And then one day you're just like, you know what? I am pissed about that again. And that's just life. Just fucking bobbity boo.
I just got to get this dagger out of my heart, dude. It's twisting, man. Killing me.
I think you need to take. I think you need to take a metaphorical crap in your pants.
I'm feeling that right now, dude. I wear white underwear, so I don't know how that'd work, dude.
Well, I think you're holding on to.
We'll let the stain sit.
Yeah, dude. I think you're holding on to this whole "you hurt me," this sort of kind of maybe victim mentality where it's like you hurt me.
Yeah, whiny.
You hurt me. I'm a what do you call yourself? Servile bitch.
I'm a servile bitch.
I'm a servile bitch. You know, and I think you need to rise above that. You know.
Yeah, I gotta own it. I gotta dom him, dude. I gotta be a power.
No,
top,
I think that's not what. I don't think that's what Chad.
I don't think you need to dom him. I think you need to maybe tell him how you feel and get it out there. Tell him how it made you feel. And, you know, and then I think you'll feel a lot better. But I think holding on to this resentment because giving him that much power where he's like, man, you made me feel like shit.
Yeah.
Is, you're just giving him all this power.
Yeah, he controls how you feel about yourself, about that relationship.
Yeah.
And you seem to willingly give it up.
Yeah.
And then you make it like an either or, where it's like I'm either a bitch or I'm like owning him. And it's like, well, you guys are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
dude, and this kid's great, dude. But it's so sad. Like sometimes I look at him, I'm like, we had these great times. How could you just drop that one time?
I mean,
and it was like, the kids he broke me for, we're kind of like, what are we doing?
It was high school?
They're kind of just losers. Oh yeah, dude, high school.
Nah, you know what, man? Also, you just got to get over it too. It's high school. Like we all do fucked up shit in high school. We're kids.
Yeah.
And
you gotta grow up, dude.
Mom Lem said that he might have been going through something personal. So you never know. He could have been going through something. And if you open up to him about it, he'd be like, oh, well, actually, you know, I was really hurt over, the new Barbie movie. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nothing's gonna be bad about talking to him about it. That's what, especially when you're in college, that's what you do. You have big emotional talks with your friends. You air out all the things that annoy, and like a lot of things that are annoying you about him right now. It's just proximity. Y'all are just around each other too much. You talk about it, you get it out, you yell, you cry, you hug. It's the best. You're gonna love it, man. You're craving it. Go mix it up.
Yeah,
I'd have you call him on the pod, but I think it's too tenderoni.
Yeah, and he's in the other room. I can see the back of his head right now. I'm in the parking lot. I can see the back of his stupid head. Not stupid. It's a cool head, dude.
Should we have them talking out on the pod, or is that too grisly?
Yeah, I think we skip on that.
Dude, it'll get real grisly real quick because he's no, it won't get grisly. It'll just get like, he'll just be like, oh, okay. Like he won't get the reaction. He won't even give me the reaction I want. So,
what kind of reaction do you want?
Like I said, like I want like spice, dude. Like I want like, oh yeah, like that kind of reaction where I wish he would just dish it back if he like, cause you said like maybe he was going through something, I was hurting him, so he had to push me away. And he was like, I thought you were gonna come to me, like blah blah blah. You were pushing me away, but I don't think that's how it was, to be honest. I never even got a reason why, so. It's just a little brutal, but I got to get over it, dude. You guys are right.
I think the hardest part is probably the unknown. It probably hurts the most because you don't know how he feels. If you just ask him how he feels, maybe then it won't hurt as much.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What's going on with your mom?
Oh, dude, I could get into that. So she, I needed a little help moving out of here. And packing my stuff up, and she came like 5 days early, and I love my mom. I love being around her, but she comes out here, and it feels like in the recent years, like she's shifted from like me being her son and kind of like caring, or she does care, but like it seems like she's kind of turned me into like a success vessel in her life. Like she needs to tell her friends and people she associates with, like, oh, my son's doing this, my son's doing that. So if I'm not upholding that standard, it's hell for me, dude. So when, like, I know, like, parents just get on you for whatever, but, I mean, she comes out here, it's the end of the year, I just finished my last final, and she's just ripping into me like, you got to lock down this apartment, you got to do this, and then, like, storms off, like, ex-girlfriend style. Dude, my last girlfriend was like that. I'm like, dude, I don't want shades of my ex-girlfriend from my mom, dude. It's, like, freaky, you know?
Yeah, I think you're just getting to an age where you're realizing that people disappoint you, and you don't want them to, but that's life.
Yeah. Damn, dude. So simple, but I'm making it way too complex, dude. I need to tell people how I feel.
You're sensitive. That's a good thing. It's cool. You're feeling things, and yeah, it probably scares you because you're like, oh well, if I lose these people annoy me, so I want to push them away. But if I push them away, what do I have? And
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be either or. You have yourself first of all, so you'll be okay. And also, you can always take space and then just come back when you. It's not as ultimatum as it feels.
Yeah, it does feel very black and white, but it's more gray.
Yeah.
I gotta feel more like that.
Also, I think your mom's gonna love you no matter what. So I don't think resenting her for bragging about you is, unless she puts like a ton of pressure on you, then you can say, hey, you could ease up on the pressure. Like it's a lot for me, but her bragging about you to her friends and being proud of you, I think is sweet. So
yeah, it is. It is. I'm just trying to get into like investment banking and stuff like that. So like it's competitive and I'm feeling the pressure because I'm a sophomore. So I got to get this internship 2 summers from now. And it's just, everything's crashing down on me and I'm barely afloat, I feel. And, you know, she's giving me shit about whatever. And
you know what's going to put all this into balance is when you are in investment banking and you can't even remember the guy's name that you fired a week ago. And then you'll be more forgiving of other people. You just, you probably haven't hurt people yet. Have you hurt anybody?
Physically or like emotionally?
Emotionally.
I think I hurt my ex-girlfriend pretty badly. But that was because she was kind of into like possession and like being around me all the time. And I'm more like I just kind of want to be free and just grip it and rip it, Johnny Utah style. And she wasn't, you know, in line with that. So every time I'd be on my own, she was accusing me of being a cheater and stuff. And, you know, right hand to God, swear on my mother's life, pray that she die if I'm lying. I never cheated on that girl. And every day it was with the allegations about cheating. So I couldn't do that anymore. And she was one of these. She stood in front of the door and tried to make me like physically remove her from the door. And I was like, I'm not going to move you. Like, I will call the cops. Like, I just need to get out of here. Like, you're kind of being a little psycho.
Yeah, I'm not
counting
counting
that, of course.
You're too justified in that one. I'm not counting that one.
Okay. I could give you.
No, I think you're good.
No.
Dude, I think don't put so much pressure on yourself too with investment banking. As long as you're working hard, as long as you're doing your best, that's the best you can do. There's no point in feeling like you're headed for disaster if you don't get this internship. If things don't, you know, life doesn't always go your way. Sometimes it goes your way. You got to roll with the punches. And having this ideal outcome is it's just going to torture you. So I think just keep working hard, stay at it, strive for what you want to do. But you know, if you don't get the internship, your life's not over. You know, maybe it wasn't the internship for you. You're on your own path. So you know it's I can guarantee you that, you know, if you don't get certain things like an internship or the job at fucking UBS or something, that your whole life will be a complete disaster. Yeah, you like that name drop?
I think what are they based out of Switzerland or something?
Something like that. But yeah, your life won't be a disaster. You're working hard. You're a smart guy. You will have a great life. Just enjoy the ride and do your best, but don't get down on yourself, and don't and try to release resentment for other people, because other people have their own shit going on and they fuck up too. No one's gonna act perfect. And just crap your pants, man.
Dude, I work on it every day, dude. I've been dropping the wrong type of loads, I think. every day with the trickery. Got to lay off the porno. JT, you got to show me a couple party tricks, dude, because it's bad, man.
For laying
we're on
off
the computer
porn?
like twice, 3 times a day. Huh?
You want a trick for staying off the porn?
Yeah, dude. You got one? Like, besides like a firewall? Because come on, dude. Like, let's not even talk
Well,
about
one time I had great luck, but I was able to do this. I gave my laptop to Chad for a month. That worked great. Just stay out of your apartment for 2 days straight. And then you'll have you'll have 2 days, and then you'll have some momentum, and the hankering won't be as hard.
Okay.
You probably won't do either, dude.
I'll implement those. I'll try it.
I hope you do. All right, man. We got to let you go.
Yes, sir. All right. Have a great night, guys.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
Yeah, I think just for future reference, we should try and keep it to like 10, 15 minutes a person. That way we can get everybody that's in queue.
Yeah, that's right. But I do think there's something interesting about talking to one person for way too long.
No, yeah, it can definitely get deep, and you can find a lot more out.
And I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah. No, it is
Probably
good.
for a reason.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's just there's a lot of other people waiting as well, so I don't want to shit on their parade, you know?
Yeah. Do we have anything else to chat about? We went to the Spy Museum together.
Oh, yeah, the
we were
Spy
in
Museum
DC.
was awesome.
Saw the spies. That was cool, dude. When you said Spy Museum, I had heard about the Spy Museum. For some reason, I just thought movies. For some reason, I just thought spies only existed in movies. But then you go to the Spy Museum, and you're like, spies are around us all the time. Everyone is trying to steal everyone's information so they can have the upper hand. We're in a constant information war.
Well said. That was like what they were trying to get across.
Yeah.
It's this big like kind of battle that's a lot of money, a lot of people, a lot of resources going into.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There were some crazy gadgets too that people, because they had like microphones and lamps. They had one was like a scrotal thing where some guy puts a microphone, a thing that looks like a nutsack over his nutsack. So let's say a pilot gets shot down and he gets captured and they're like patting him down. They pat his sack, they won't know that's a radio transponder and not his actual nuts.
When I saw that at the museum, I was like, someone's thinking about us.
Yeah. I sent that to Kevin.
You know what else kind of surprised me about spies? The ones who are most effective are not the ones who are trained to be spies. It's people who belong to the other group, the group that you're fighting, get disenchanted with them, and then come over to the other side and are like, hey, let me help you take these guys down that used to be my good buddies.
Are you talking about the Israeli guy?
No, I was talking about the I think he was like a Scandinavian white guy who joined a Muslim sect and then got radicalized by them, and then at a certain point was like, this is too hateful, and then flipped and helped take them down.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that one.
But there was an Israeli guy, same deal?
A guy from, his dad was a Hamas leader, and he helped Israel. Yeah.
And there was a ton of those stories. There was also like Russian secret agents would be low on cash, and they're like, "Oh, I'll go to the States and try to get paid."
Yeah,
and then a lot of spies ended up being killed by their own governments.
Right.
At a certain point, you just possess too much information about everything, and they're like, "We don't just want you around."
Yeah.
And I think there's also a thing where like when you're so far on the other side, they've lost you, so it's just easier to snuff you out.
Totally. Yes, but well, there was a time. Where after the Cold War, people were like, we don't need spies anymore because it was all about U.S. getting the upper hand on Russia, Russia getting the U.S. upper hand on U.S. And they're like, we don't need spies anymore. And then as Morgan Freeman says, oh, were they wrong? Then we upped the game tenfold. There's spies everywhere.
That was funny, like how human nature is just like, okay, now that's done. We can stop fighting. It's like, no. Don't even take a break because the fighting's never stopping.
It's crazy.
You better be throwing those hands at all times in every which direction.
Isn't that crazy to think that there's just people out there right now just stealing information?
Yeah. I was trying to think what kind of person would get into being a spy.
Yeah.
And you have to, because the way it is now too, I mean, you'd have fake personas where you could probably be on social media, but you wouldn't be able to ever like take credit for anything. You wouldn't ever be able to be like on camera as you're talking about it purely from like an acting perspective. Yeah. But also I just mean you couldn't have a regular life.
Yeah.
Like if your wife was like, hey, I'm going to post our wedding photos. You're like, don't do that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
You have to really like living in the shadows, and you have to like tricking people.
Yeah.
Sometimes for a good cause, but
Talk Tripod says China and Russia have thousands of spies here and are playing the generational game.
I believe that.
How many spies do you
I want to meet them.
How many spies do you think we have in Russia and China? Do you think we have as many as they have here?
For some reason, I don't.
Yeah.
But I think that, and this is way not informed, I think we're doing it on the hardware side more.
Right.
Than the spycraft side. The Stuxnet stuff, all of that, like all the just like tech espionage that's going on, and the way that stuff freaks me out. But then I heard a podcast recently about it, and they were like, all that stuff's very valuable, but once it goes into being like a hot war, nothing's better than a missile.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, they could actually blow us up just by like hacking our like electric grid. And they're like, yeah, but a Tomahawk missile's still better.
Dude, can you imagine? I've been watching Masters of Air. If we were just like at war right now and air raid sirens are going off, and then they have anti-aircraft guns just tossing up flak in the air because some Chinese bombers are coming in. We're just like, oh, here they come. We're doing pods. We're recording the pod while bombing is happening. They're bombing like the Chevron power plant in Manhattan Beach.
I think we'd be surprised how quick we would adjust to that.
Yeah.
Like Battle of the Britons style, where people are just like, hey, come over for a dinner party. And then like at a certain point, alarms go off and everyone gets like down under the tables.
Yeah. It's wild.
It is wild. You know, I'm proud of humanity though. I think we've gone through and are actively going through some trying times. I think the last 5 years have been more chaotic than like the previous 20 kind of combined.
Totally.
And I think actually humanity is doing a fairly good job of keeping it together with a lot of reason to lose it.
I thought about that too, but like, are we just getting older that we're noticing it more? Or, you know, like, I mean, COVID was pretty crazy, but there's always been like war and conflict, no?
Totally. I think, and I do think there's a recency bias, but even talking to older people, I'm like, have these last few years been crazier? And they're like, yeah, it's been pretty wacky.
Right.
I mean, dude, if you just think about like, I could be totally wrong and just a prisoner of moment, but like Donald Trump as president, which I'm not even talking politically. It was just a crazy thing that happened, and it upped the level of kind of chaotic energy around politics. Then COVID, and then the civil unrest that we've had domestically over myriad issues. It's been going.
It's been going for sure.
Did I land the plane on that?
Totally.
Do you think did I alienate anybody?
No.
Nice.
Should we do one more call?
Yeah. I'm grateful for the craziness though. I mean, maybe I'm just privileged that it hasn't ripped my whole life to shreds, but I do think it's made us more appreciative and a little bit more adaptable.
What up? I appreciate that take, JT. I've been real focused, hyper focused on this spy shit, bro. Just real interesting stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. So what up?
like
oh yeah.
So just real quick to follow up on like that thought, bro. Do you think it's just like that we have more ways to get information to us now versus like 20, 30 years ago, we only had like a couple news stations that like they only wanted to like tell a story like during 8 o'clock or whatever, or like now we can get shit from like TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I do think that's part of what's contributed to the craziness is that we're now more aware and constantly bombarded by what is happening. But I think we've even handled that kind of well. I mean, it's clearly made us all conspiratorial. It's clearly made us all more tribal. And it's put us into this weird, like, hyper modern kind of brain barbarianism. But I think we're doing a good job. I think we're hanging in there.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, I got more like, I don't know, optimism for like where we could have been versus like where we are now, as far as like we could be like way more like in group out group. So I feel like it could be worse, but it's,
what does that mean?
It's definitely a little crazy. Well, like just you can easily form an opinion and then not want to have it be refuted because like you've already decided that like that's your stance, and like I feel like even though we are capable of doing that really easily, I think some people, like the majority of people, are still open to having their minds and their opinions changed if they're given like enough information to do that, you know?
Yeah,
totally. It hurts in the moment, but it's good. It hurts in the moment, but I like it.
Well, for sure. I heard someone say like the sooner you admit that like you're wrong, like the sooner you're on like the winning side, like not the winning side, but like the sooner like you admit that like you might be in the wrong, like the sooner you're on like the better side. You don't have to worry about like being an asshat or whatever.
Nice, dude. You're a legend. And dude, the chat says that you're not a schmoll, so
sweet. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I actually want to call you guys because I got a follow up. This is Karl with the K. I was that bro that's going down to Brazil the other week.
Oh, dude, what up?
Yeah, man. So I want to tell you guys, you gave some real solid advice, and all of it was absolute bangers as far as like execution goes. Like so Chad, you gave some advice. You said that like I need to have like a spiritual, a mental, and like both like a physical bulge going down there because they're all about like the vibe, the energies, right?
Yep.
And I did that, man. Like when I was on that plane, bro, like I mustered as much of a bulge that I could have, that I thought possible. And as soon as I landed, you know, those iconic words just like came to my mind. It was like, this is Brazil.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Amazing.
And it took the stoke levels to a whole new like arena. Didn't even know it was possible.
Amazing.
And Amir gave sick advice. He's like, dude, chow down on the food, especially like if you have a chance like maybe getting food poisoning, like go deep. And I'm telling you right now, the boys in the chat were also not wrong. Like the food, out of this world, absolutely worth it. Like stuffed myself as much as I could. The barbecue, fantastic. Oddly, dude, they got some of the best pizza I've ever had down there. Straight up.
Best what?
And the pizza.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have like imagined it, but like once you have pizza down there, you're like, we're doing it wrong. There's something up here we're not doing right. Like, I don't know. The caipirinhas, bro, off the hook, like insane. 4 or 5 of those bad boys, and you're feeling pretty right.
What's a caipirinha?
So it's like so it's liquor made from fermented sugarcane.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
like,
we do a version of that in Colombia called aguardiente.
Oh, okay. So you got like the same vibe going. Like they're delicious. It's like a margarita, but even easier to drink.
Oh, that's different though. Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's like that was just the closest thing I could think. But that looks like, what is that, like a mojito kind of deal?
Yeah, kind of. Like you can make it with all kinds of fruit and stuff, like lime, strawberry, passion fruit. Bro, it was insane. So this kind of brings me to JT's advice, and also Joe's advice. Joe said, like, you know, like match their pace.
Smart.
You know, like don't go too hard. I was like, I got a dragon in here I can let out and rage. So I just need to pace it with them. And so over the weekend that I was there, we went to this wedding. My girl and I were in this wedding. And slowly, as like the wedding progressed, we were able to get a couple beers. I was feeling it. I had like 4 or 5 caipirinhas. You know, I was just really like getting the groom stoked up. Like I had a whole new audience to bring the stoke to. And it led to the culmination of the groom like pulling me aside and calling me, like giving me my new nickname, which is the fuck man. And I was like, that's it. That's peak. That's peak stoke. That's spiritual bulge to the max.
Wow.
And
you guys gave me. What's up?
Was the nickname in English or was it in Portuguese?
It was in English. Like, he knew enough English that he's like, bro, I gotta tell you, you are the fuck man. And I was like, make a shirt, put it on me right now.
Dude, Karl, I gotta tell you, this story is hot. It's hot, Karl.
There's nothing I've wanted more in my life than have you tell me that, Chad.
Yeah, this story has like a fat ass. And it's just like wearing yoga pants, and I'm just staring at the.
Oh, dude!
Yeah.
This story has a poppin' BBL.
Oh, dude, Karl, you're the man. I'm so stoked you had such a good time. The excitement in your voice is very contagious. It makes me want to grab life by the horns and just, hop on that mechanical bull and get flipped off, and then grab a fat IPA and shower in it, or Easy Rider. Actually.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So like that same night as like the wedding, we ended up going to like my girl's cousin's like birthday party. She like turned 18, so like everyone was like popping off, like having drinks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when her dad came into town, so I had a chance to meet that guy. And JT, you told me assert dominance. So bro, what did I do? I had a letter written for him in Portuguese, telling him how much I was going to provide and take care of his daughter, and that I was the fucking man for the job. And he respected the shit out of that. And then I gave him a Bass Pro Shop hat, man. And I tell you what, the lights in his eyes when he realized that he got himself some genuine Bass Pro Shop shit, we're instant boys. Instant boys. Started knocking back beers, started shooting the shit. Like, bro, it was the perfect advice, and I got a chance to let that dragon out. We like raged completely at the same level until it peaked to a nice frothy stoke. I'm telling you, you guys nailed it. Like I just had to tell you, like, you killed it with the advice.
Yeah, I gotta say though, man, advice is easy. Execution is where someone makes their bones. That's where legends are made, and you did it. You took a little kindling and you turned it into a raging party fire. And I mean, dude, you got a lot of horsepower over there, brother. You got a lot of chi, you got a lot of love, and it's all coming out, and you're channeling it well.
Karl,
thank you. Honestly, thank you.
Karl, you fucked that execution. In the best way possible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, like picked it up by its ass, laid it down on the bed, licked your fingers, got the clit like nice and revved up, and then you slid in your hard cock and you pumped with like the perfect angle.
It's about that yaw, JT. It's all about that yaw. People think it's about girth, but it's about the yaw. It's the angle. You know what I mean?
It is, man. I could come just thinking about it. It's really nice. And he slapped the ass, but it wasn't disrespectful. It was basically just like, giddy up, life is coming, and I want to ride it.
It's about that yaw, brother.
Yeah, it was a spiritual table topping, where it's like, I'm joining the family, and I'm also here to like respect the shit out of your daughter and provide for her.
I love that. I'm here to respect the shit out of your daughter.
Did you also slip in, by the way, sir? I got that yaw.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was implied. It's a given.
So when the guy said, "Hey, man, you're the fuck man," what'd you say back?
Yeah. Oh, I was like, me? Oh, hell yeah, you know it. Like, of course. I just needed to be reaffirmed. It's like being alpha. You can't say you're alpha, but if someone comes up to you and says you're the fuck man, it's been asserted.
So, do you think you're alpha or are you more sigma?
See, I don't even think I want to prescribe to that, but like since we were talking about it earlier, I mean, I think the actions were definitely alpha, but if I put a label on it, then I become sigma. You know what I mean?
Wow.
This guy's so smart, man.
Dude, I can feel your bulge to the line.
Chad, I think spiritually all three of our bulges are just meeting right in the middle.
Oh, that feels good.
Which kind of brings me to I got a real quick question for you boys.
Yes.
So like everyone, like, I mean, maybe not everyone, but the bros with hogs, like we all kind of assume that we have like handsome looking hogs, right? Like,
yeah, you should.
Do you think there's any dudes out there that are just like is not handsome. Like, I mean, like, I think I got a handsome looking hog. I think my homies probably assume that too. Just come up at the bonfire a couple times, like, yo, I think we all got like personally pretty good looking pieces, but do you think there's any dudes out there just not stoked?
So you're asking us if there's guys who have unattractive penises in the world?
Probably, or they think that about themselves. You know, like,
dude, that
like you look in the mirror,
are there
people
people
are like, I'm a good looking dude?
Right. Are there people who don't like the way their penises look?
Yeah.
Someone said, I think uncircumcised hogs are pretty uggo. Are you a guy or a girl? The person who said that in the chat. I bet it's a guy.
I think some people are unhappy with their hogs.
Yeah.
I don't know many, but I think they exist.
I think a lot of people don't like their penises.
Really?
Wait, let me take that back. Wait, you guys think there's dudes out there who don't like their own dicks?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Bro, that's crazy. We got to help those guys. I mean, that's a lot of like what we do is like trying to get people to like love their penises more.
Yeah. There needs to be more, like, not like as much as like the last caller with his hog self-love, but there needs to be more like spiritual hog self-love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What when you talk to your penis, what do you say?
I just tell him he's a good-looking dude. Like, not like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like a superstar. He's not like out there modeling, but I just tell him, like, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I'm glad that I got you.
Nice.
And are you proud of him for the way that he's like lived its life?
Just all of it. Like he's just been like a real solid dude. Just been there, like not too like, no, not too unwieldy, but also like not too like, do you think like he's just right.
Do you think penises deserve like participation trophies?
That's a tough one. I mean, if you're not participating, like not all penises like just because they're in the game doesn't mean they're participating. You know what I mean? Like, if there's no heart in it, why get the trophy?
Karl, I have something to tell you. Are you ready?
Yeah, what's up?
Ótimo trabalho, cara. That means great job, man, in Portuguese.
Obrigado. Muito obrigado. Thank you very
obrigado.
Much.
Fuck, man.
I went down there with like a level 2 Portuguese, and like I feel like I came out with like at least a 4 out of 10.
Dude,
and that's some pretty good progress.
That's double, bro.
Felt proud.
All right, Karl. Well, you're gonna be our last call for tonight because who could top you, dude? Who could bring the heart? Who could bring the sense of adventure? Who could bring the fuck?
Thank you, JT. I really appreciate that. This is going out to all my homies. You guys, I all have a raging heart on for you, and I hope you guys all become the fuck man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Karl.
Yeah.
Crap your pants.
Oh, bro, I did like a couple months ago. No shame. Just walking home or walking back from lunch at work, bro. Just just trusted the wrong fart, you know?
Nice.
You'd be surprised, man. It's happening to a lot of us out here. We're finally talking about it.
Yeah, less shame around it, bro. Just like, you know, just fling those undies in the trash, go commando, and deal with it later. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, love you, bros. I'll let you go.
Love you too.
Man. Before we sign up, Jake, are you going to take down this Drake thing? This Drake little poster you got on your wall?
No. Why would I?
Yo, I'm going to come out with a track.
What is it?
Both Kendrick and Drake can suck it.
Oh. They're going to come after you, dude.
Dude, that'd be hilarious. Who's this white boy?
Or they dig up dirt on you. They'd find things that you didn't want people to know. Dude, you know, this pod had a little bit of everything, though.
Dude, thank you, Siddharth Ass. This is a great pod. Thanks to everyone who called in. Thanks to Jake on the keys. Thanks to you, too. Thanks to you, dude.
Thank you, man.
if you need advice. These guys are